Hey, what up, man? So, I apologize for the lack of attention I've been paying to this channel. BABG Fitness, Sports and Fitness. Where you gonna change it to? But you guys, you know me, man. I want to stress and encourage brothers to be active, as physically active as possible for as long as possible. Health is wealth, right? We talk about, improving. We're talking about being better as men, and that starts with your body and your health. Okay, so I've been posting a lot of my stuff, workout vids or whatnot. I'm gonna start migrating over here to this channel. So I guess one of the best things that happened was, the whole thing that happened with my main channel. But we're getting in, we're improving. You know what I'm saying? We see the issues and deficiencies, and we work on it, right? So I'm gonna make sure I start posting a lot more of my content here. With that being said, please make sure you share this content, share this channel, and try to help this channel grow, because we got a plan for this, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, this one's gonna be about the state of the NBA. And Mark Cuban was right, man. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I want to say maybe 3 years at this point, 3 to 4 years, at least 3, possibly 4 years back when Dennis Smith Jr. was having issues with Mark Cuban in Dallas. And he took issue with Mark Cuban saying the future of the NBA was more Euro players. He said Euro players are more skilled, and they were better fundamentally, and all these different things. And lo and behold, not even a whole 5 years later, look at the NBA. You have three, well, no, four of the top five players. Three, arguably four of the top five players in the league that are either European or foreign. That being Luka Doncic, Jokic, um, Giannis, of course, and then you got Joel Embiid, all right? And you can, shift that around, put it wherever you want to put it. But the most important thing is this young kid coming next year, Victor, and I don't want to mess up his last name, but his picture will be in the thumbnail, so that'll be who I'm talking about. But yeah, man, this kid right here is a once in a lifetime talent, and it's crazy, right? French dude, that can do everything at 7'4". Imagine KD, but 7'4". The only issue and problem I see with him, and it's always a thing with these extremely tall guys, man, is he needs to work on his weight training. Okay, he needs to. They need to starting these kids a whole lot earlier with conditioning their bodies. The best person that we've seen to do this and do it pretty much the right way over time has been Giannis. Giannis came into the league super raw, super skinny, and I be having this fight with my son all the time. People don't understand and realize, bro. Um, you have the beginner gains. Your beginner gains, man. You never ever touched weights is gonna be crazy. Strength, muscle development, all these things are gonna just explode so fast and so rapidly because you never put your body into that type of stress, right? So I think if we actually started, because football players get it, basketball players don't. No one ever focuses on basketball players and like weight training. It's never one of the major things in the program, right? But this Victor kid is going to be a perfect example of this. If they got this kid on a good diet, you know what I'm saying, to get him on a good, nothing crazy, because you're not trying to be a power lifter or nothing like that, but just get his body, man, started on a good weight training program. This kid right here, man, could be the scariest thing ever to touch a basketball, dog. Crazy. Score all three levels. Very good timing defensively. All these different things. And this is a kid that's not even in the league yet. Now, when you start talking about the guys that are here already, we got Jokic, man, one of the best, not just big man passers, but passers ever. Very, very good, all around game as a big man, versatile. Another guy, bro, all three levels. Solid defensively, nothing spectacular, not, KG, Dennis Rodman level, Mutombo type defense, but for his ability and whatever, solid defensively, and just has a very good knowledge of the game. And I think that's where the Euro players have a much better upside than American players. One of the worst things that ever happened to American basketball was AAU, right? Well, I'll take that back. The first worst thing that ever happened to American basketball was and one. Okay. And one, man, is exciting, as entertaining as that was. That set basketball back so far, man, because it was just too far entertaining. And I know people, well, Harlem Globetrotters been around. Well, yeah, Harlem Globetrotters was meant to be clear entertainment. That was a stage show that's been around for what, 50 years now or whatever. Don't quote me on the time, but I know it's been around, a long, extremely, extremely long time, right? But that was something that was staged. This and one stuff, bro, was, portrayed as like, real basketball, putting the ball off people's head and these crazy, ridiculous dribbles and all these different things, right? It just carries. And, that just spread into the league, man, into basketball overall, not just the NBA, but, they had to, temper that stuff back. And then after that, I say AAU basketball as to where, you know, they get these young kids and it's nothing about the fundamentals. It's about who can run the fastest, who can jump the highest, and, who's better, whoever just has the best raw talent and your leaps and bounds above everybody else because of your physical ability. Very, very few kids, had the skill set or whatever, right? And that was the difference between, the college system. And that was the purpose of college in the, everything beyond the 80s into the mid 90s, and that's when you start seeing the whole AAU thing pick up. And of course, into the 2000s, it's only gotten worse. This is why you have these kids that come into the league and they get drafted and you get these crazy, crazy busts at these very, very high levels because, bro, they don't learn the game of basketball. They're literally playing off the strength of just being playing off the strength of being better than, grown men playing with boys, pretty much, right? Or men amongst boys. So what you have are these European players who are playing professionally at the age of 15, 16 years old, learning, learning systems, learning schemes, learning how to read defenses, learning how to set proper screens, learning how to cut, learning how to move without the basketball, all these different things, compared to somebody that's just, a alley-oop fest. You feel me? So this is why you're seeing Mark Cuban's, I guess, I don't know if you would call it a warning or his prediction coming true, because these kids, man, they just aren't being taught basketball. Sorry. Another big player, one of the big players that was a huge hit here recently, most recently, be James Harden. Bro, James Harden had the whole world of basketball traveling, and just this double step back thing was just crazy, man. You know what I mean? And then, manipulating the rules to where you're not even trying to really score, you're trying to get fouled. And lo and behold, you see once they took that away from him, it took him a whole season and a half to adjust back to actually playing basketball the way you're supposed to play basketball, right? Another one too is just people trying to match talents. Like, bro, you're never going to find, or at least for another probably 2 lifetimes, you're not going to find the talent of Steph Curry when it comes to shooting, man. Everybody's trying to be Steph Curry, but that guy's the best shooter ever in the history of basketball. You're not going to repeat that talent. So again, man, if you're just strictly going off of talent and not the knowledge and ability of just, fundamental skill set, you're going to have a huge issue and problem, because you're trying to match something that someone's just naturally gifted and blessed with. You can't do that, man. You can't teach talent. You can't teach talent. That's just something you naturally have. All right. So with that being said, now we see all of these European players come over here and just start dominating. Okay. Especially, like I said, even more so with the big man, because they had phased the big man out, but now you got a Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic that can punish you in the post, and he can go all the way up to the 3-point line. That's crazy. So yeah, it still changed the game to the point where there is no true center or no true big, but at the same time, being that there's very, very few people that can even score or know how to do anything in a low post, well, now what? You see what I'm saying? So that changes the game also. You got all these guys now, they're not trying to score in the post. All they're doing is catching alley-oops. Your Bams, your what's the kid's name in The kid's name in Atlanta. The African dude that's and two dudes in Atlanta. These dudes don't have no type of low post scoring, man. They don't have any post up ability. They just want to run and catch the lob or get the offensive putback. And we've seen this huge decline, post 90s era. The last true big you had in the league that dominated in the post was Dwight Howard, and look at him now, man. Dwight Howard can't even get a job in the NBA. Dwight Howard had to go over to China. And that's another thing, man. But I'm not gonna pick up on that right now. We'll talk about that later. And that's the NBA pretty much throwing away these I don't necessarily call them legends, but these veterans, man, these NBA veterans, your Dwight Howards and your Carmelo Anthony's that aren't even able at this point to retire, bro. Carmelo Anthony's came in the league the same time as LeBron James, and he's a year short because he had to sit out for a whole year. So this man has 19 years of NBA experience, and you mean to tell me no team's willing to give him a roster spot? Are you crazy? You calling up people from the G League, man, and people and Udonis Haslam's in the league, but you mean to tell me nobody wants to give Carmelo Anthony a roster spot? That's just crazy to me. Dwight Howard, a roster spot? That's just crazy to me, man. But hey, that's a whole nother thing for another day. But either way, man, hey, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. That's that on that one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Holla.